We live in a world where there's so much noise. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's been quite some time that I haven't been uploading consistently and gradually. I'm gonna be explaining why in a minute. But also, other than that, I want this video to be much more informal and just chatty, because usually most of my videos are somewhat semi-scripted. And yeah, I also want to share some thoughts about YouTube as a platform, and maybe if any of you out there are also content creators on YouTube, you can also maybe share your experiences in the comment section down below, or even, you know, message me personally and share your journey so far on YouTube. Feel free to do any of that. So yeah, that will be the nutshell of what this video is about. And let's chillax and chat a bit. See you in a bit. Okay, let's start. Hello everybody. Before I go on to some things that I want to share through this video, first of all, I want to say welcome to my new subscribers. I noticed that I have gained a few new subscribers. I greatly appreciate it. I think some of you found me through the webinars I've been speaking at, especially the one I spoke at recently, so thank you and welcome. And that being said, I think I owe a lot of my subscribers, especially those who have been watching me more, you know, consistently. I owe you an explanation, because at the end of the day, this is my channel, and I think some of you, I know, because some of you have reached out to me asking me in the comment section of my previous videos, and also messaging me asking why I haven't been uploading, where I have been, where I've gone missing, why am I MIA and everything. So just to address this, just in case anybody is also wondering. So lately I've been more occupied with things than I usually was, and that is the reason why it's been difficult for me to find space to shoot videos and editing. And also, not only those two phases, when you make a video, it's also about brainstorming ideas and forming like a script, or even no script, but like basically just making an outline at the very least of what you want to deliver, and that all together takes effort and time. And I think one of the things that I noticed is that when you want to become a content creator, the key is you really need to put time, energy, consistency especially, and effort into it. And there are many amazing content creators out there that can do that, and they manage to make this full-time. But there are also those who don't have that capacity based on various situations, you know. And I mean, all this time I've made this channel, it's always, you know, it's not just me doing YouTube. I also have other things, and there are things that are on my priority scale that I need to do. However, it doesn't mean that I will never upload on this channel again. I will do so whenever I have the time, and this channel is just like my ongoing project kind of thing. So at the end of the day, it's a place for me to share my experiences, my knowledge, my viewpoints and everything. And if you notice all of my videos that I've made in the past nearly 3 years, is it 2 years? Yeah, 2 years plus left. It's about knowledge that consistently grows, that consistently could evolve, but a lot of them are basic knowledge that a lot of people still don't know about. So if you've watched some of my videos but I haven't watched the others, go ahead and do so, because I noticed that there are some videos of mine that are not viewed as much, but I think there's a lot of insightful information that is still valid, you know, it's still reliable to use today. So go and do that. And the time forwards, I will still keep on sharing things that hopefully will be insightful and useful for anybody who's interested. But of course, at the time being, and also since the past few months especially, it's been hard for me to upload. And okay, let me just get to the main point why. But basically, since a long time, I've been involved in sustainable development, specifically in environmental and human rights nexus of those two sectors. And the portion of the work that I get varies depending on where I'm working, who I'm working with, whether there's any freelancing extras as well. So it all really depends. And on top of that, I have this channel, right? So but don't worry, because like my efforts in trying to make sustainability happen through my capacity is not only through YouTube. I also, for example, I currently work in the industry. I'm working with one of the world's largest companies, specifically to do with sustainability among other things, and also its corporate responsibility. And that is also my way, my dedication to try to make this world a better place. We all have each of our own ways, and so don't worry, even though I might not be always visible creating content gradually on YouTube about sustainability issues, empowerment and everything, don't worry. Behind the scenes, I'm also doing all of that through my professional work, my personal work as well. So there are many avenues that I try to contribute myself to. And also, I think now, since that we're in the middle of a pandemic, we also need to know the importance of mental health. In the past year, I've been going through my own ups and downs as well, and I think like it's very human to take a break from things. If you saw my previous video, I discussed about social media and the effects of online communities to our mental health. You should go check it out. Actually, in the ends of I think Q4 of last year into a bit of Q1 this year, I was actually absent, literally absent across my social media, because I just don't want to always be out there, and just take more time in solitude. And I think that's super important for anybody to do, especially when you're doing multiple things at once. And I know that a lot of people on YouTube, specifically you content creators out there, are doing multiple things at once. You don't only have a channel, you also have a business, or you also have a full-time job, you also have other mini projects all going on at once. I think like it's so important for us to realize that you need a break once in a while, or not even just once, a few times in a while even. Everybody has different capacities, and just embrace that. We live in a world where there's so much noise, there's so much content going in and out, left and right, like I'm sure that a lot of people don't even notice who I am, Not that I want people to notice, but you know what I mean, like whether or not you're creating or not, some people won't even notice because they're just too busy with their own daily stuff, which is understandable. But there are also those in your audience who do want to know, and they're from a good place, and they're asking you. For example, for the few people that have reached out to me, so thank you, I appreciate that. So yeah, okay, that's done about what's going on with me so far in aggregate and like in general. The next thing that I want to talk about is my YouTube journey as a small content creator on YouTube. And I think this will relate a lot to you out there, you small content creators out there. I just want to throw the question to the floor, throw the question out there to my fellow small content creators. How do you, how do you keep the enthusiasm going after giving a lot of effort in making content, but then it doesn't get so much traction? It's a very general question, but I think it's very personal to everybody. Everybody's different. Even I have my own views, but I want to ask that to you fellow small content creators. How do you keep the enthusiasm going? That first. Don't talk about your schedules outside of YouTube or whatever, but just the enthusiasm. How you keep it up, Because to be honest, no matter how idealistic you can be with your channel and your videos, no matter how I have my own idealism about this platform, this channel, I do get down, at times when I feel that this video deserves more views, but it somehow didn't get enough traction. I don't know whether it's because people drop off before it's finished, if my videos are way too long, if I'm not being interesting enough, you know, my way of delivering it, and or whether maybe there's like a language barrier or something like that. Like, there are many factors why a video doesn't go far and wide, right? But as a content creator, like, how do you keep your enthusiasm going in the long run? You know, this is a marathon, right? How do you do it? Yeah, that's the main question. The second one is, I also want to know, you know, when you're a writer, you have what is called a writer's block. When ideas that usually flow naturally and everything, I know that inspiration can come from anywhere, but we all experience it as content creators, where you have that kind of writer's block or content creator's block or video block, whatever, however you want to say it. What kind of avenues do you go to get that muse, to get that inspiration? Because to become a content creator, you have to be actively creative. When it's still hobby, it flows more naturally. But when you're a larger content creator, you become larger, it can't be just a hobby anymore. It has to be scheduled, it has to be rigid, it has to be structured, you know. So how do you get that? That's something that's also interesting to throw to the floor and think about. If you don't want to share your thoughts in the comment section, it's fine, but I think it's something we can ponder about, you know. And the third thing that I want to throw out there is, what is your strategy to get your content out there? You know, you can't rely just with YouTube algorithm. It's not how it works. Especially, I have a friend who works in Google, a few friends actually, and one of them used to head YouTube for a certain region, and he told me, hi Wafa, Wafa told me that it's super important to be consistent, because and using relevant keywords and making things that people search for, because at the end of the day, YouTube is a search engine. So, but you know, because the thing is, like, sometimes you want to make content because you're passionate about an issue, you're passionate about something. It's not really because it's what most of the people who have YouTube accounts or who have Google accounts are searching for. So to make up for that, what are your strategies to ensure that your content gets out there? For me, other than relying on the godly energies of the YouTube and Google universe, I also try to share on my social media platforms, specifically through Instagram. But the thing is, like, my audience is not big in the first place. Different to those people who already have a large audience and then they make a channel, it's more easier to migrate that audience into a new platform than people who have a small platform since the beginning, and you know, you have to kind of struggle to get that kind of a migration, or get that what you call it, there's a term for it, inboarding of people onto your preferred platform, you know. So how do you do that? For me, other than the things that I have said, I also fortunately get invited to speak in webinars and stuff, and that is also exposure, right, to new audiences. But then again, it's the choice of that prospective audience to choose whether they want to subscribe to you or not, because everybody has different styles and flavors, right? It's life and it's normal and it's okay. And other than that, I've had a few partnerships, not too much, via some brands. Some of them is pro bono, and others I do get paid, but most of it is just my personal or their personal or our personal initiative to just kind of, you know, pitch each other's products, as long as it's in the framework that my channel is in, which is sustainability, so sustainable products and whatnot. So yeah, what have you all been doing? You know, maybe you want to share a bit about that. Sorry, I was just checking how many more minutes because I don't want it to get cut off. But yeah, but basically that's it. Questions from me, from my fellow content creators. Now let's go into the last section. Okay, this last section of this chitty chatty video is more about me asking my subscribers, you who's watching this, or if you haven't already subscribed, if you feel that you click with me, go on and subscribe to my channel. And anyone who finds me randomly, you know, on YouTube, and you've reached this part of the video, I want to ask, like, because I've never done this directly before on YouTube. I have done this on my Instagram, asking like a polling thing, but it was like a few months back. But here I want to ask again, like, what are your expectations? What are you hoping to see on this channel? Maybe I could fulfill this in the future when I do have time, you know, to make more videos on my YouTube channel. And also from the videos that I've made in the past, what do you think of them? Like, what are the things that you think I have to improve on, you know? And just give me any empowering feedback, you know, constructive feedback, I would say. I think that'll be really useful. And who knows if there are any other smaller content creators out there, or as small as me, or someone around my size who sees this that can also be helpful for them. So maybe you can share with me yeah, what you think I can improve on in the future, what you're wishing for me to make, and I will take that into account, because at the end of the day, I'm not only here to, you know, spread awareness and share with you things that I want to share. I know that I also have to take into account my subscribers, people who are subscribed to me and have taken their energy, time and quota to watch me. That is in itself is a privilege, and it's something that I'm very grateful for. So yeah, that is all for me now. Take care, every one of you. We are in interesting times indeed, but you know, there are many things to be grateful for. And yeah, hugs from Indonesia. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, or in my previous videos that are many in numbers for you to watch if you haven't. So